Hello everybody, I'm Chris Callahan, also known as Mr. C, and today we're going to talk about the fried liver attack. I know I joke around sometimes, but you have to believe me, this is the real name of the opening. This is not a joke. There's not going to be any punchline. There is a real chess opening called the fried liver attack, and we are going to look at it. I am not joking about that. Why is it called the fried liver attack? I haven't the slightest idea. Let me know if you figure it out. The fried liver attack starts out, pawn to e4, pawn to e5 by black, knight f3, getting a knight in, attacking the pawn, knight c6, defending the pawn, getting a knight in, bishop to c4, knight to f6, attacking the pawn, then white plays knight to g5, and we have two white pieces attacking the f7 pawn. Only one black piece is defending. Black plays the only defensive move that works, pawn to d5. White takes, black takes back, and now we get the move that gives us the fried liver attack, the move typical of the fried liver attack. Knight takes f7. Now, of course, this is a sacrifice. Black takes back, and this, what you're looking at right here, is the fried liver attack. I want to be clear. Every move has to be precisely like I showed you for this to be the fried liver attack. Sometimes people get confused and they think that anytime that a piece is sacrificed on f7, it's the fried liver attack, or anytime a bishop comes to c4 and a knight comes to g5, attacking f7, that's the fried liver attack. No, the fried liver attack is all of the moves I just showed you in precisely that order and nothing else. Now, that doesn't mean that you should try to memorize all those moves and play them in every game. That's not the reason that I'm showing you all this. The reason that I'm showing you this is because the position is very interesting. Why is it interesting? Well, there's been a sacrifice. When white took this pawn on f7 and black took back, white was giving away a knight for a pawn. Knights are stronger than pawns. So why is this such a good move? What does white have that is worth as much as the knight he gave up? Well, it's because this king is very unsafe. And if the next two moves go the way they usually go, he will be even more unsafe. Usually at this point, white plays queen to f3 check, which aims at the king and aims at the knight. And if the king just moves away, then we get a free knight. That's no good for black. So instead, black plays the incredible king to e6. Kings do not usually like to run to the middle of the board when the board is full of pieces, but it's the only way to keep a defender on the knight to d5. Then white usually plays knight to c3. We have a pin here, so we don't just take the piece, we attack it again and again and again, and the knight on c3 attacks the knight. And I think this position actually makes a good exercise. Here's the situation. White is attacking this knight 3 times. It cannot move because it is pinned to the king. Black is only defending it 2 times, which is less than the 3 that white is attacking it, which means you need to defend it again. You need to find a black piece and aim it at d5. So I'll give you a moment to think. Pause your videos if you like. How do we defend the knight on d5? Well, there are 2 answers, and neither one is very appealing, to be honest. They both involve moving the knight on c6. The first one is knight to b4, defending the knight. The other option is knight to e7, also defending the knight. Now, I'm not going to look at every line here, but the thing I want you to realize as you're watching this is that even though white is down a knight, white has the better position. Being down a knight is bad, I guess, but it's not nearly as bad as having your king walk around the middle of the board. So what would happen after knight b4? Well, knight b4 defends the knight, and it also attacks c2. And notice that if you let that knight take on c2, it will be forking the king and the rook. So there's different moves here. You could play queen e4, defending. You could play bishop b3, defending. The most popular move, I think, is just to castle. And that gives up this pawn, but when it gets taken, I can save my rook. Actually, taking on c2 would be a pretty big mistake for black here. White wouldn't even save the rook right away. We would take this knight. Remember, the knight on b4 was defending that, so when it wanders off, we can just take it. After the king saves himself, ooh, we have lots of good options here for white. I could save my rook. I could play queen f7. Wow, all of that looks great. Let's hit rewind here. What about the other way to save the knight? Knight e7. Well, this is a really ugly looking move. First of all, you're moving your knight backwards, which is not the direction they like to go. It is blocking in the bishop. It is, wow, black's position is a mess. The best move here is pawn to d4, just blowing the center open. If these pawns get traded off, there'll be all this open space in the middle, and the king will really, really, really be in danger. Actually, taking this pawn would be a big mistake, because I would take here, knight takes back, queen e4, and wherever the king goes, I'm going to win this knight back. And then I'm going to castle, and I've won my piece back, and the black king is no safer than he's ever been. I think that's enough frying of liver today. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you later. Bye.